Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of Learning with Junaid. Today we are going to be discussing about a very frequent problem that is asked in interviews, that is how do you remove a duplicate from a linked list. If you see my screen, I have already defined a linked list which has some list nodes. If you go ahead and just run this, you should be able to see that we have these elements into the list. Each node has a character. We have A, B, A, D. So we have 4 nodes, and one of the nodes has a value of A, which is our duplicate. So today we will see how do you remove this. So before I start, I'm going to graphically draw this list so that it becomes clear of what we are trying to do. So let's just go ahead and draw this list. 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Excuse me for the background noise, I think it's my son. But so we have A, we have B, we have A again, and we have D. Am I right? A, B, A, D. Okay. So I'm going to start with writing a method. We will call this method as remove duplicate, and I'm going to pass the head. Let's go ahead, create this method. All right, so now I have a head. So it's very simple. Anytime you come across the term duplicate, the most frequently used data structure would be hash table. So I'm going to define a hash table. I'm going to call it as table is equal to new hash table. Bingo. Bingo. I have a hash table. So what do? We iterate through this list. Iterate through this list. Go ahead and iterate through the list. While my head is not equal to null, I'm going to go ahead and draw a hash table too, so that we know what is the key and a value that we are maintaining. Our job is to make sure that we maintain in this, we maintain the key. The key would be the character of each node and a boolean flag saying we have read this or not, right? Okay, make sure you also do head.next equal to head, otherwise it will go into a infinite loop. So we have to check if the value into my hash table has already been inserted before. The first time it comes and then it finds A, it's going to insert A, and then the value here would be true. The next time it comes, the value would be B, and then it would be true. The next time it comes, the value would be A. Since it's already in the table, what do we have to do? So let's make a check. If my table dot contains a key which is nothing but head dot value, I'm going to do something. I'm going to maintain this head into a node, and I'm going to call it as a previous node. So I'm going to maintain a current node. So how do I do that? Is I'm going to declare something called as a previous. So I found a node which is a duplicate. So what do I have to do is, whenever I find a duplicate, I have to remove this link from this node, and I have to pass it on to this one, and this should be completely discarded, right? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do is previous dot next node is equal to whatever was my node currently. So this is what it's going to do. Previous dot next node is equal to head dot next node, since I found the key. And the next time you do is, otherwise you have to, previous would be your head. Simple, very, very simple. Actually, you can actually customize this hash table to be a more generic and say I'm going to maintain a character along with a boolean. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to maintain a character along with the boolean. So two things that you have to remember. They might ask you in an interview question, how do you remove a duplicates in a linked list without having to use an additional buffer like a hash table? So that we will have to take a slightly different approach. I can show you in another video, but for now this is the most fastest and the simpler way. So you maintain your references for your node, and you put the values of the node data into your hash table as a key, and then keep checking. Anytime you find it, you find this node, so you take this previous node and then you make the next node of this as the next node of this current node that you're working for. So pretty simple. Let's just go ahead and run it and see what happens. So the first time when you run this, it would have A, B, A, D. I'm going to remove the duplicates and I'm going to go ahead and run the display again. Let's check if it removed. Yep, it did. A, B, D. So A was completely removed. So very simple and very fast. Just have to know, it's always better to have a diagram. So your hash table would now look like this, D, and then you would have through. Something is wrong with my pen. Through. So that's how you work through the duplicates of a linked list. If you've liked this video, please go ahead and press the like button. Also feel free to write some comments if you can, and please subscribe to my channel. We have more videos coming in, and until then, next time, talk to you soon. Bye.